Or I'm chilling in Discord and I seen this tweet, but I already knew that Jaron Ennis wasn't gonna fight To initially because he always wanted to be undisputed at 147, and people they have a hard time understanding why he's saying what he's saying. Not even that. It's just they don't want to accept the fact that this dude is a legacy fighter because they're so used to everybody being a bag fighter, fighters being strictly about the bag, right? You got like a Tank Davis, or you got like even with Canelo is where they just like, nah, I'm selling out my legacy. I'm fighting for money pretty much primarily and solely. But the thing about it is the money is going to come, especially if you chase legacy. And Jaron Ennis, he understands this. He doesn't want to just instantly go into and just start fighting, bringing up fighters from lower weight classes and all that, because I think that they understand for one, first of all, it's different when you are a black fighter and you do this because they don't even like black fighters in the sport. First of all, that you're already on an uphill battle, i.e. look at what I was just looking into what Todd Grisham was saying about Shakur Stevenson, how they were speaking down on Shakur Stevenson. They're speaking down on Pernell Whitaker. They're speaking down on a few people that not only are historically great, but people they say, oh, Shakur Stevenson is boring, or the Shakur Stevenson doesn't sell, and this and that. But it's different when somebody who is a commentator for the network that you're signed to says the same thing about you. You know what I mean? That speaks volumes to how much black fighters are scrutinized undeservedly in the sport. But here's the thing, though, right? When you're looking at somebody like Jaron, he's in a honestly in his career, he just came off a W, and they're treating him like he just came off a L. Him wanting to go up for undisputed at 147, it makes complete sense. And the reason why is because when you become undisputed and you call the shots, you can move up, you can make money fights, and they can have something on the line. You got a title fight, it makes more sense. You make a lot of money. You see how Devin Haney's situation panned out. You see how Bud situation panned out. Undisputed title fights, I mean, they make you a lot of money, but the money's not even the issue. The issue is the double-edged sword that is the media. And to be honest, the people that are responsible for broadcasting and starting and putting fire underneath the narratives that we see every day that are nonsense, that fuel the casuals and things like that, the niggas on the networks, you got the Tim Bradleys, you got the Todd Grishams, you got the what's his name on the zone, Chris Mannix's, you got the Sergio Mora, he be cool sometimes, but you got Bernardo, you got what's his name on ESPN, who said that Shakur is going to have a hard time being black and not playing the villain. What was his name? I forgot his name. Mark Kriegel. You know what I mean? You got a lot of these guys who commentate on the sport, who report on the sport, who they just say whatever. They get caught blatantly lying, erasing losses, saying certain things never happened. Like T.O. was never undisputed, bro. He was never undisputed. He had a fake belt for a long time, and people pushed that like it was real. Jaron Ennis is now starting to become a bit of a victim of the media, but I will say his career, he's in a good spot. He just came off a W. He won the rematch. People will say he didn't look good. I don't think that he looked his best. I don't even think that he really cared for that fight. I saw some flaws in that fight. I did a breakdown on that fight, but him saying that he doesn't want to fight Teofimo Lopez until he can at least try to secure a unification, to me that makes sense. That's him being about legacy first, being about business, trying to at least fight for his strap, because they trying to give him the Devin Haney treatment of saying, oh, he's an email champ, because when Terrence Crawford moved up to go fight Madrimov, he lost that belt at 147 that Jaron Ennis has now. He was elevated. And that doesn't mean that Terrence Crawford ducked him either, because as of right now, I think Terrence Crawford, he does whatever he wants with Jaron Ennis, pause, but he does whatever he wants with Jaron Ennis. So I just don't like, and I'm going to go into these comments because I want to look and see. But first, I just wanted to clear that I believe that it does make complete sense. And I'm glad that certain fighters that are all about legacy still exist in the sport. You got Shakur trying to make big fights. He already fought for straps. He took straps. He had unification fights and everything like that. He's already been chasing legacy, and I understand him now trying to make the big fights because he's been in the sport for as long as he has, and people haven't been wanting to fight him. But I understand his frustration. I see where his angle is, where he's at in his career. It makes sense. But with Jaron, he still is. He does. It's not even. He still does need to prove that his skills are what they are against some real talent. And I think that's the only spot where a fight with like T.O. would be good for him, because T.O. has skills. He can counterpunch. He's explosive. He's athletic. But I don't think he has the IQ. And he definitely doesn't have the IQ because he's been walked down by bums. And I don't know if he has the skill set to deal with all the options. And I mean, Jaron is a Swiss Army knife. I don't know if he has all the. I don't know if he has the abilities to deal with something like that. You know what I mean? So I think that it will be a showcase for Jaron, if anything. And I think even Jaron knows that. But I think he's like, man, look, if I'm gonna do another fade at this weight class, I'm trying to get another strap. I want to fight for a belt so people can stop hoeing me. And to me, that makes complete sense. But let's go into the comment section and just see. You sound like this fight, dog. Everyone's talking like they love this fight right now. But once Boots dominates and stops him, they'll be tearing down the win. I'm telling you, they're going to say that T.O. of all people was a cherry pick. Because, and that's the thing. They understand how elite and how great a lot of black fighters are throughout history. Historically, all the best fighters in history in boxing have been black. Pernell Whitaker, Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes. You got Mike Tyson. You got even the mid-level fighters were still had straps. Jermaine Taylor. You know what I mean? You had Bernard Hopkins, who was on a generational run until he was 50 years old, and Joe Smith Jr. did that drill, cooked him through the ropes. But you got there are a lot of black fighters, and then we're still witnessing history right now, and we're witnessing what the next 10 years of dominance is going to be in Abdullah Mason, Keyshawn Davis. You got Carmel Moten, who's the generation after that, so that's already solidified. You got Kid Austin, who's trying to step up and secure that fade with Shakur. We got a lot. It's pretty much the same story, and they're getting sick and tired of it. So they're coming up with all types of new angles and ways, like saying that the people that they advocated for, they try to say he was undisputed Teofimo. They try to say all this type of stuff. Bro, if he gets destroyed by Jaron Ennis, they're going to try to say Jaron Ennis cherry picked him and ducked this guy and ducked that guy and ducked Bud and ducked this. They're going to try to make him and Bud fight each other by saying one guy's ducking the other. They always try to start another black murderer's row. And I don't want to see Jaron Ennis be a victim of this. I really don't. He doesn't deserve that. I'm not going to lie. He doesn't deserve that. He's too good at the sport. He's too humble. He works too hard for them to try to shit on him now. And I hope that he does get that unification fight, just so that way people can't say he never got a belt for himself. Yeah, no, they don't want to fight Jaron until he got some cheese. Jaron might fuck around and retire. You see what he did to Roy Maivia? He been saying you can't really slander him, because this is the thing about a Karen Chukajan. Karen Chukajan is a super unique talent. First of all, you're not gonna find a bunch of Karen Chukajans at 147. Definitely not at 154. People who can slip, duck, and punch like that, 0%. And the thing is, he lost pretty much every round, bro. So all of that stuff he was doing, it wasn't even effective in the eyes of the judges. You know what I mean? But Jaron, he got hit. But it's boxing. You get hit. That's just what happens. You know what I mean? He never said he was Pernell Whitaker or anything like that. He's willing to take a punch to give a punch. Why not commend him for that? The double standard again. But, people are being 100 though. They're just like, they don't want to fight him. Nobody wants to fight him. Boots by KO. I mean, yeah. Some fighter from Ukraine. Bro, I mean, but those are the only guys that are willing to fight him. Hey man, right now the unifications. See, and this is misleading, because if he goes to go fight at 154, he risks losing his belt. He gonna have to go up in weight and then come down in weight, and you know how dangerous that is. That's why a lot of fighters don't do that. When they leave their weight division, they don't go back. After what happened to Roy Jones, ain't nobody did that shit again. The only person who was doing weird shit like that was Canelo, and I think that's because bro's on steroids. But he's been caught drug cheating already, blowing up in weight, drug cheating at at middleweight. You know what I mean? Now he's 175. No, I don't even think he even puts any drug testing stipulations in the contract. I wouldn't be surprised if the drug testing he was using allowed for a small amount of substances and all type of weird little weight games and shit like that. I would not be surprised, because every time some of these fighters go under the VADA testing, they pop dirty. So wouldn't be surprised if bro's on drugs. But if you're talking about naturally going up and down in weight, they don't do that shit no more, because that shit gonna have you looking like Roy Jones Jr., bro. But yeah, I think that Jaron's decision making with his career, it makes complete sense. People have to stop trying to force him to do shit he doesn't want to do. Stop trying to just make him be all of a sudden not all about legacy, not all about the things that we valued in the sport throughout history. People have to stop with that, bro, and stop trying to turn everybody into a money fighter. Not everybody's a money fighter. He's already making money by winning his fights. He's already a special talent in the sport. He doesn't need to be a super bag chaser to the point to where he's selling out. Not every fighter needs to do that. That was what Tank was willing to do. That was what Canelo was willing to do. That was what somebody like Ryan Garcia tried and he had failed to do. Teofimo, he tried and he is currently failing to do that. But I don't know if it's going to stay this way or if he's eventually going to start taking some real fades, because Teo, he does still have time. He's in a weird spot because he still has the support of his company, but I don't know for how long. So with that being said, be real. Stop being weird. Jaron is perfectly, I think he's making sense right now. Y'all leave a like if you liked the video. If you didn't like the video, I don't want no sympathy likes, bro. Move around. But I'll catch you on the next video. I'm going.